What's going on, everybody? Free to play OG here today on day 59 of the free to play account series for Marvel Future Fight. And ladies and gentlemen, the timeline's ticking down. We've only got one more day. One more day left before nothing happens if we don't tier 4 Thor. So there you go. Hope everyone's doing fantastic this morning. Morning Sahaj, morning Ariels, morning Anastasis. Thanks for coming back, guys. Good to see you again, as always. Let's just start getting into the easy stuff real quick. Grab our dispatch rewards. Nice bit of Essence of Dimension there. Love it. 26 total. Bunch of tokens too. Very nice. In the shop. Oh. That's an ugly shop. Let's not look at it for a few seconds and maybe it'll change its mind. Not looking so crappy. We could grab these real quick while we're looking at them, eh? Yup, making sure it's on the right difficulty setting. I go back and forth between the phone and the PC, and the settings reset a lot with BlueStacks and stuff. It's really annoying, so all the stages will like reset in some of the tutorials, and then it tricks me. We can't afford to miss any of this stuff, guys. These are the ones, right? I think these are the ones Alex was saying he even spends crystals on sometimes. I do not recommend that ever for a free-to-play, for sure, or new count. But I just am pointing out how important these are. The little upgrade kits. All right. We're really hoping for that potential today, for sure. Let's go here. That should be reset now. Oh, that's not looking very nice either, is it? I think we'll pretty well pass on that. Get one more here. Also not very tasty. That's too bad. Yeah, that's a lot of very mid stuff that we don't really need right now. At least for where we're at. We're pretty flush with mutant materials still. All that jazz. Gonna do a run and ranked battle here in a few minutes. I'm gonna let a couple people get in here. I had someone in the Discord ask if we could show them how we got the clear with Kingpin, so we'll do that real quick. In the meantime, let's go ahead and jump into the Alliance, which is filling up, by the way. Absolutely love it. Chatty as hell, having a blast. So very cool. The people that joined, shout out to you. If anybody else wants to, there's still 4 slots here in the Alliance. Level 30, so of course, so we've got our yummy shop. And then I want to do one thing before I forget here for you guys, because I just don't want to let it slip. I wanted to let a few people get in here, and it's kind of for the new players and stuff. I'm gonna pull it up on my second monitor, and I'm just gonna, instead of like telling you this like I thought of it, I'm just gonna read to you guys exactly what one of our other free-to-play homies commented on one of the videos, and just read it directly to you, because so this is something like, you know, it's not important to clarify this, but this is something I had thought about. I knew this at one point, totally slipped my mind. We were staring right at it and I just neglected to mention it to you guys, and Chewy MFF laid it out so well for us. Basically, when you're talking about potential and you're talking about the 10% versus the 100%, right? And I was talking about materials and how you save a bunch of materials. Basically, here's how that breaks down and why you save so much materials. Basically, the reason why the 10% method saves materials is because every time you attempt a potential enhance, half of the potential percent chance is retained from materials. Gold cost is the same regardless. If you do the 100% method, you have to spend, say, 100 Essence of Dimension, just an example. Meanwhile, if you did the 10% method, you'd spend 10 Essence of Dimension for the first 10% chance, but then every time you go for another 10% chance, you only need 5 Essence of Dimension, since you start at the 5% chance. So on average, for the 10% method, it'll take 10 attempts, so 1 attempt uses 10 AOD, and then 9 attempts take 5 Essence of Dimension. And that breaks down exactly why you save so much materials doing the 10% method. However, yesterday we broke down the sort of potential gold risk of the 10% method. Now we've kind of gone over every facet of potential enhancement in its entirety. Thanks to Chewy for that breakdown. That was like their comment read verbatim to you guys, breaking that down. So there you go. And now we know. All right. Let's get the inbox. I just wanted to make sure that information got out. It's really important because a lot of people scream one way or the other, but they're missing like a piece of that equation, you know, like that. The fact that you are actually saving a lot of materials potentially doing the 10% method. The problem is if you have to go 21 times, the gold cost is still the same. So now you've paid, you know, double the gold. All right, what do we got in our notices here, hey? Hey, don't forget, you know, if you see a pip here, always come in and check these. Why I received 100 Titan component packs, I have no idea. Special gift. Because we're loved. That's why we got it. Because the devs were feeling the love. Some black antimatter. Check-ins were pretty boring. Nothing to write home about there. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, I need to clear this off my note. Bam, get that out of there. What's up, Ray? There you go. Last expensive card. The dispatch shop. Yeah. Saj, for sure. You gotta, like, take it slow when you're clicking on stuff in the shops, for sure. Because that's the tricky one. You just think it's for gold, and all of a sudden, whoopsies. Although, I think this was pointed out on one of Alex's videos. They did add a, like, are you sure splash screen, I think, for crystals. I think he even showed that in the video. Don't take my word for that, though. Don't go right now and, like, go click on crystals. You know, spend a crystal. But I'm pretty sure that's the case. Am I? No. Am I in charge of this? How did that happen? No. Don't put me in charge of this. I didn't start this. What's up, Cristiano? How you doing? Thanks for coming by the stream. Thanks for the carry, Diego. Get our GBR done real quick. And then we'll do our sneak peek real fast. Ba-boom. We haven't had one of those in a bit. Letting a few people get in here, and then we'll do that. See who gets the reward pot for today. And it's been a while, so the imaginary points have climbed very, very high for the imaginary drawing, for the imaginary prize for finding the sneak peeks in the thumbnail. Ended up streaming Path of Exile last night for I think like 6 or 8 hours or something like that. It was fun. A couple people stopped by and like lurked in the stream. Thanks for that, Sahaj. It was fun talking with you last night. Or this morning, probably for you. It was a little rough, man. They definitely spiced up some of the difficulty. Even in the first, like, well, kind of especially when you first start out, because you're naked. So, very brutal when you don't have any gear at all. No base armor, nothing. Man, I was looking at our Loki build yesterday, like just going through the whole build. Not bad. Not bad at all. And also our Thor is looking like he's going to be pretty spicy. Excited for that. Oh, and also, more exciting news. I went and attempted dispatch 13.5 again this morning, just to like see if we had made any progress at all with our cards and stuff. And yeah, we have. There was a huge difference. I was getting to the last, the boss room with like 36 seconds before, and now I had like a full minute when we got there. Absolutely crazy. Definitely could not kill the boss. But, yeah, it was so much better than before. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. So that's exciting. So that means once we get another tier 4 up in there. And I also was trying to, like, dig into it, like dig up some research on 13.5, which is kind of hard to do because it's been out for a long time. I like had a suspicion that there's going to be, so it's 2 bosses, right? It's Hela and Morgan Le Fay are the bosses there. And I have a feeling that they might, like, one might be weak to elemental damage. Like, a lot of times there's a gimmick on some of these stages. And I just feel like maybe it'll be, I'm hoping it's elemental damage. I guess maybe that's copium. I'm just, like, hoping that Thor is the answer there, because it's Asgard stages against Hela and Morgan Le Fay. So, I don't know. It just seemed kind of like maybe. Okay, real quick, guys. Let's see if we can do the sneak peek thing here while we got some folks in here. I'm going to put the thumbnail for the stream up on the screen here for like 30 seconds or something. Take a look. I hit a sneak peek in there for something premium that we got off stream. If you find it, you will receive a handsome amount of imaginary points. That's right, Nuno. That's right. All right, here we go. So here's the thumbnail for today. I'll let you guys take a look here. And seriously, oh, potential, where art thou? Indeed. We got our fingers crossed, man. We'll probably get it by day 60, but there's still a chance we might not. I'm bracing myself for the disappointment. All right. Heading back to the game here. Did you guys see did you guys see the teas in there? Anybody got a guess? Good eye, but no, that's not the sneak peek. Sahaj gets the ding 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 for guessing it first. You got any guess about what specifically it is, Sahaj? I'll give it a few seconds to see if you got a guess. So Sahaj is right. It was the mutant bio symbol in the bottom left. Admiring crystals. Oh, they going to disappear soon. What's up, Kush? Good to see you again. All right, guys, let's go check it out, right? Come on with it. Go ahead, start a fire, then gather around that, and then find your favorite video game and log into it, because we got magic, boys and girls. Let's freaking go. I love it. Just something I was really hoping for, so we could maybe do some testing with it. This may actually line up with an event where we can sneak in an artifact selector. And if we can get her artifact, I'd have to weigh it against the other artifacts available. We do have Wolverine's, but because hers is immortality, it's just pretty good, pretty spicy. I'm pretty excited about that. So we actually might look at taking magic up, getting her rival's uniform, and seeing how she performs for a newer free-to-play account. Because now's the time. Her relevance probably won't last. Well, actually, Magic's weird, y'all. She is a weird character, and I'm excited to see how far we can stretch that if we get the opportunity. Problem is we're short on 6-star mega rank up tickets. Thanks, McCord. Appreciate that. We're short on 6-star mega rank up tickets. We kind of got a line forming in some ways. We need to get Ghost Panther up. It's going to be really hard to justify using a 6-star mega rank up ticket on Magic over Ghost Panther. However, yeah, like Kush said, man, these days, dude, are so bad, and I'm so about coverage. So I want to be clear that, like, you know, this may be me being weird and wanting things that aren't really worth getting. Like, at some point, I know, like, I'm going to make weird choices based on my own biases. But these 2 days, man, superhero, mutant, female, she can do this one. And the thing is, I say this every time, she's not going to do it well. She's not going to do it well at all. Yeah, we'll go do ranked battle right now. We'll go bust that out. And then we'll search for that potential, I was going to say. And then there's Blast, superhero, mutant. And she can do this one as well. So she can cover both of the super obnoxious ABL mutant days. And if we get her uni, we literally have every ABXL day covered. Ba-boom. What's up, llamas? Thanks for coming and hanging out again. Good to see y'all. All right, we're just going to do a quick ranked battle by request. I hope, shoot, can't remember their name in Discord who was asking, but I hope whoever was asking in Discord is in here. If not, they can watch it on the VOD. Basically, what's up, Chewy? Nice. Yeah, and thanks, Chewy, again for the tip. I don't know. I read your comment off to everybody. I appreciate you reminding me about that with the potential enhancement. I think we've got almost every detail of potential enhancement documented at this point, which is awesome. So when I did this and got 250, he was pretty stock. Someone mentioned to increase the mastery, which we did, which is great. Gives him some extra HP, which will help with the extra like pot shots from the mobs because he's kind of weak. I did go ahead and do a couple things here to prepare for this because I want people to see how you can make this easier on yourself. We went ahead and equipped to Kingpin a crappy, and shout out to whoever gave me this tip last time on the Punisher, but we just went ahead and equipped any old invincibility obelisk to him. It'll help because if his health gets low on you, what's up Comic Apocalypse, you'll start getting invincibility procs that'll just help you last that much longer. This one's also got dodge because I'm a pro. And then you can also just slap a couple HP ISO 8s on him if you want. I find that HP ISO 8s tend to stack up because they're not part of the more desirable sets for the most part. So you end up with a lot of them. So there you go. And you can slap a couple of those on if you find you're really having trouble, and they will make you a little more durable. So we're just going to jump in here. And the name of the game is Running in Circles. And I may fail at this, but I'll just like explain the basic idea. I had to do it a couple times. Like it's not something I came in here and one-shotted. If most people know that watch, I'm not the most technically skilled player in Marvel Future Fight, but we get our first light, and then I'm just going to start running around the outside of the room. Make sure to keep distance from Devil Dinosaur when he charges, because like that, he'll clip you with the outside of the hitbox on that move. So I try to stay a good distance away from him. Then he's going to roar, do his first telegraph. We're going to try and sneak around the outside. And the two, we jump in, slam, grab the light, keep running. A lot of it's about manipulating. Well, it's just kiting technique, right? So if you have a lot of practice like kiting mobs in games, you can kind of manipulate the mobs a little bit to like get them further from Devil Dinosaur when you need to, so maybe they won't hit you. Stuff like that. But yeah, he's going to go to the center, do another roar. We'll get a telegraph. This one's the charge. So I kind of flip back on him and then jump, slam, miss it. Didn't get the light. Don't know why, but that's okay. A little too slow. A little too slow. Dang right, man. We're burning some calories. We're running laps. Who needs a treadmill when you got Devil Dinosaur? And there's our roar. Another telegraph. This isn't placed very well, but we'll jump over, hit the one, bam, get the light, and go. So we're about at 50% health here, and if we'll get hit again, I'm sure, and you'll start seeing where the invincibility proc will start doing you favors if you're going for that 250. And we should get our roar on the next attack. And this would be, we missed a light, so this we should have 200,000 right now. So this should be 250, and this one's easier because he does that long beam, and it lets you just kind of come around behind him and line up for that hit. So that would be your 250 right there. I was a little too slow on the one at 200. But there you go. And you just kite around in circles, and there it is. And there's the invincibility proc. And it's just got a little cooldown, and there you go. Ta-da! All right. Hopefully that helps for anyone who's struggling. There's also, Alex made, the first video he made breaks some of that down if you want to watch like a smaller video with that in it. All right, we got our GBR. Let's get rid of some of this energy. It's too much, man. Too much energy in the room. Get rid of some of this. Back hurts from streaming PoE last night. I was sitting all weird. I got to figure out my positioning playing that game. Focus a lot more, so I tend to... I don't know, I was just sitting weird, in a weird position. Hurt my neck. Oh, Albert, that was you? Yeah, there you go. If you're, you can just keep trying, man. And the HP is a big one. Try and find an invincibility obelisk, and the HP on Kingpin should help you a lot. Keep you from dying real fast. Where are we at? 132. What's up, Rosales? Welcome back, my friend. Good to see you again. Nice, nice. We are just staying nice and flush with X-Men materials. It is fantastic. We got a lot. We honestly, we have so many. We when we're ready, we can rip a whole nother run of these with the crystals. So, but we're gonna run out of gear up kits if we're not careful. So, because we had the tier 2s we did and stuff, those use gear up kits, all that. Let's do one more energy dump here. Just do Rise of the Phoenix. A little lower there. Nice. And we'll get into our world boss clears. Okay. So we've got Coblay here. Do we want to drop a... No. I'm tripping. We just need to do Cable. So, I don't really want to do Cable. He's got Will, Odin's... Yeah. Okay, wait. No. Thanos is the play. Thanos is the play. We need 3 more Thanos bios. So we'll grab them. We want that tier 4 Thor Rosales. That's what we're going for right now. We're going to clear out our World Boss Legends, and we're hoping for that last 50% of Thor's second potential. That is what we're after. Alright, we're going to bust out a Thanos clear here for a biometric for Thanos. I'm trying to keep the... it really doesn't matter. Grab whoever. Trying to keep our tier 2s out of it so we get as many strikers as we can for World Boss Legend. All that good stuff. No problem, Albert. Tier 3, Tier 4, what's the current plan? We're taking Thor to Tier 4. I really want the farming Tier 4. It's just something I'm really after. And then I think our third world Tier 4 will probably... Okay, it'll probably be Wolverine if we get a 15% discount on a Tier 4 that can be native Tier 2 for the anniversary. If we do not get that, I'll have to reassess because that may not be the play. But we'll see. Yeah, and we also have a CTP of Judgment on this account for Thor, so I think that makes it a good play. I think he'll do well for us in World Boss Legend. I'm also not a particularly skilled World Boss Legend player. Sorry, I'm stalling out here. So, I mean, we're going to try to push, but like, dude, Chewie's already pushing Kang and stuff because they're a lot better, like, mechanically at the game than I am. So, yeah. I'm focusing a little more on the farmers first because I don't think I'll be able to utilize like a tier 4 Gwenpool as well as some other people would. Why am I feeling like we're so shy on our tier 3s here? Did I just like skip past them all? Because I know we've got more. Wow, I don't know what the hell. Let's get in there. Morning, Grimy Pipes. How you doing? Thanks for coming by the stream. Good to see ya. All right, let's knock this guy out real quick. Oh, I was gonna counterattack and get sassy. The stage way on 9, he could probably kill Icon. I should be careful. I don't know why I did this on stage 9. I could have just done it on stage 1. I don't know what Okoye is. 354? For Okoye? I'm simply not sure. I've not played much of her. I imagine it's like a 3-5, or maybe a 3-5, but right. Do file it though. We're gonna do this old school. We're actually gonna do like the Thanos clear here. Save the team up skill for after this next phase because we should be able to get to it pretty easily. Yeah. Delay the 5. Okay. Is it like, yeah, so 3, 5 with a delay and then 4? I should have switched earlier there. I'm like practicing like good, how do I put that? Like not slacking off with gameplay the best I can. Like I'm so used to, whoopsies, just taking advantage of being completely overpowered, you know what I mean? And like relying on power creep to make it so I don't have to deal with mechanics, and that's really bad. Like you really don't want to be doing that too much and get yourself in trouble. Yeah, this is gonna kill me because I can't move. Yep. And I can't switch because I let my guys die. Alright, well, I don't feel like messing around with Thanos, so we're gonna just take the easy road out on this guy. Get out of here, you. Give me someone who can slap him. Who wants to clap Thanos? Man-Thing does, that's who. 100%. I know he's one of our new strikers. I know, but Man-Thing, baby. You gotta let a Man-Thing do what a Man-Thing want to do. And a Man-Thing likes to eat World Boss Ultimate. This is one of his favorite things to do. I still hate Thanos, man. Like, his mechanics. He was the first boss to let me know I was gonna have to try a little bit to play Marvel Future Fight way back in the day. That's more what we're looking for. Oh, Man-Thing. Yeah, right, probably. I should have just... Man-Thing will do the trick. Tier 2 Man-Thing's scary, but wow, he skipped that whole first phase. I wasn't even paying attention. Holy. Wolverine would have ate him alive, too. No, anyone tier 2 at this point. You guys, whoa, those cards. That was some crazy-ish yesterday. I gotta show y'all. I got one more thing. Try to help me remember if we can, because I want to stay on track here and try and get Thor's potential, but... Yesterday, we got some crazy moves going on with our cards. Just wild. Nothing too crazy, but I did one more roll off stream, and it's just crazy what I ended up with. I don't know if we'll keep it, but it's just more like the odds of getting it are like really low. Hey, this guy. Need to pay attention. Gotta listen for that shriek. Snicket. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. I'm stuck. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay. Much better. Yeah. That's alright. Took one for the team. I build in the hole, I can clear 5 World Boss Legend 5 times, and I have all days of ABXL covered. I mean, shoot, Shavendra. I know Chewy's building null. How's your null going, Chew? How's that going, dude? Seemed like it was going pretty good. I can't remember exactly where you're at. But yeah. That one sold out the run. I don't know if Chew's still in here. But Chew's been building null on their free-to-play account. Yeah, waiting on potential. There you go. I think you're, dude, once you've got 5 World Boss Legend clears and all your ABXL days covered, it's hard to say you're not in a place where you can do that if you want. At that point, like, you're only going to get more materials by pushing World Boss Legend, right? So, and pushing scores. So you're kind of already got your account bringing in what you're going to get. Yeah, exactly. And like Chewy said, like, when you're really min-maxing the game, choose another person who's got this. I don't know, but he's got this on lock and is getting lots of materials daily. So is able to do things like that. It's crazy what building your account with a dispatch engine and stuff can do, because it gives you so much gold compared to accounts that aren't doing that. 6-star mega thing on Colossus. So I'll say this about that. I did, because I was really wanting to get through that epic quest, right? So I used one of my tickets on Colossus. You can slow drip Colossus, but it is a slow drip. The other thing to consider is you can take, depending on what kind of singular rank up tickets you have, you can take Colossus up to like 3 stars manually and then use a ticket for 4, 5, 6, or take them up to 4 manually and then use a ticket for 5, 6. A lot of the time the single 5-star and 6-star tickets, rank up tickets, are a lot more common. Definitely cheated, because I wasn't about to build them up to 5 or 6 stars or whatever it is with like a chance at 6 bios a day. You can guarantee 6 bios a day, but man, is that a chore. Sometimes. All right, so let's take Hulk for a spin here with, I'm like terrified, but let's just do it, guys. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off, right? Let's just see if we can get it. We can or we can't. What are we doing here? And that way, if we can get it, we can go build a tier 4 and it'll be fun. Sure, take him. That's... Well, you don't really need an energy attack striker, do you, brother? I don't think he's gonna... He got a big buff off our cards yesterday, Hulk, so he should be performing pretty well. Stuck at 13-1. I think we're gonna do account help on Monday. I forgot. I want to tell you guys that. I'm gonna do like an actual dedicated segment. We'll do everybody help everybody, and we'll look at a bunch of accounts. The next couple days I have a lot going on, so I've got to like cut the stream, you know, at a reasonable time for me. But Monday I don't have a lot to do, so we can let the stream run a little longer and do some account help. We do have a dedicated dispatch guide on the channel if you want to check it out. It's up to you. Some decent tips there for people. I'm surprised we didn't shred him on that first bar. I'm surprised he enraged, actually. It's gotta be close. I kind of stopped paying attention, so my rotation wasn't tight, but yeah, I think he's right about it. Yep. Had about 100k hit points before he tipped over. All right, cook this guy. So we got a... So talking about the power boost that we got on Hulk, we got a 20% physical attack proc, I believe. Did we get a new one? With the card we equipped, and then another 20% all attacks proc because I was being stupid and forgot we needed to roll it. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. So major power boost for some of our characters and all of our characters. Ooh. Rahi. Hut. Or swap just to make him kind of drift and let him boom. And let's get him. Yeah, and especially it sounds like for World Boss Legend, he struggles without like a significant power boost. Fortunately for us, we've got like Odin's Blessings, Magic, Lightning, Odin Blessing, CTP of Judgment. Like I think we're in a pretty good place to confidently tier 4 Thor. I am keeping my expectations tempered though. Like I'm not expecting him to come in and like one-shot our World Boss Legend. It's just, I don't think it's going to be as strong suit. I'm hoping he's going to do things for us in dispatch, rift farming, kind of the same as Loki. And then our next tier 4, if it's not Wolverine, will definitely be like a big DPS push. Probably one of our ABX scores that does really well in ABL. Push him up to tier 4 so we can double dip on that power. Probably a good play. Let's get out of all this ouchy stuff. I know Hulk like can't die, but that was a lot of yowzas. Alright. Gonna enrage soon. Let's just get the 6 in on him. Beat the first like second of this enrage. I might hit. Wow, yeah. Go. Four and boom. Yeah, it feels good. I did some testing with him. I wasn't trying to just like, we waited so long to build Thor that like I didn't even really get a chance to get a feel for him, like gameplay wise in his Allfather uniform before we kind of decided to tier for him. So I made sure to do some testing. I did some World Boss Legend testing with him off stream and stuff. Make sure I liked the way everything was feeling. I haven't even equipped Uru on him yet, and he's still doing decent with the CTP, so I think we're going to be just fine. And even if it's not the most impressive thing in the world, like, it's really... there are mistakes, quote-unquote, that you can make in this game that are very difficult to recover from in ways, like really poor crystal purchases. If you started building Null, like the second you unlocked them on your account and you weren't really versed in this game, you could easily tank your account, like if you didn't know that you needed to build Dispatch and all that. But, yeah. Oh, we did pretty good, pretty good. I liked a little more CCF. Life Seed's nice. Got a lot of Life Seed. A lot. We need a little bit of help. I don't think we will. We've got tons of TCP. So we should be good getting through enhancement. Did we get the potential? I didn't even look. I'm so used to like not... Oh, god dang. Oh, well, maybe day 60 will just be the super stream, and the problem is we can get 12.5 tomorrow. Boo. Yeah, ripperoni. That's all right. That is all right, y'all. Yeah, we got this tasty judgment for Thor, and that's, I think that's going to do a lot of good things for him. We'll polish up his ISO 8 set. Get some Uru on him. We got a lot of good Uru to put on him. All that good stuff. All right, let's beat up Mephisto a few more times here. Yeah, go ahead, Tony Baloney. We're going to try everyone on 9 today. It shouldn't be a problem at all. I mean, I shouldn't say that. It's not that it shouldn't be a problem at all. Oh, real quick, before I forget. So we got... Yeah, we got a 20% physical attack proc added to our cards, and a 20% all attacks proc. So we've got, look at our procs. I just want to enjoy this for a second while it's a thing, because I don't think this is going to last. What the hell? That is just crazy. Yeah, I know, Chewy. Chewy's like over here thinking, dude, if I had those procs, do you know how far I would be pushing in World Boss Legend? Oh, golly. Yeah, silly stuff. Anyways, that's rare. That's crazy, guys. That's a proc on every card, isn't it? Yeah. It's literally a proc on every card. Okay. That's enough of that. So that's fun. That's real fun. 5 on native tier 2. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Thanks, Zach. That's good to know. Well, in that case, we're shoe-in for day 60 tier 4 on Thor, and that's super fun. That just lines up nice. We'll do like a super stream tomorrow. Huh, fun. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Don't really... I think we're gonna... Hopefully... So many procs. Yeah, I know. Well, 1 on every card. I think that's the most... Like, can you have 2 procs on any card? Is there a card that can have 2 procs? I don't think so. But I think that's literally maximum procs right there. No room for more. Oh, man. I don't know how I missed that 4. I miss playing on a phone, man. I really should try a controller, a gamepad. It might feel a lot better for me. A lot less likely to miss key depressions. What's going on, Judy from France? Shout out to you all the way from Oregon in the US. Wow, that tier 3 built up so fast, I just like didn't know what to do with it. Oh gosh, no, don't get hit by that. I worry about you, Tony. I worry about you. Alright, I'm losing a lot of time here being stupid. I'm gonna crack the knuckles here. Let's focus it up, Tony. Okay, hit the 4 now. That proc was way off. My bad, I hit the 6 way too late. Zoom. Did I hit it? There we go. There we be. Alright, we need to cook here. Getting better with Tony. It's still really sloppy, really ugly, but we're getting better. Better results, for sure. I was definitely delaying way too long on the 5 when I first started playing this uniform. Lines up much better with the shorter delay. Go. Let's not die to these. Yeah, it's crazy playing when you can like still die. Oh, that's off. I wasn't paying attention. Oh. His 6 skill comes up so fast. It's really nice. Like, I'm really bad at the timing with it. Super efficient. Zoom. Zoom. There's the purifying wind I've been waiting for who knows how long. So tired of the poison puddles and the hurricanes or whatever the hell they are. Get it done, Storlord. Go for a walk, buddy. Go for a walk. 2, 3, yeah, 4, 5. That ought to be GG. All right. But I'm not patient. Yeah. 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 Free to play for 2.5 years, now VIP 8. Yep. Another victim to the dark side. I love it. All right. Only single CCF. That's okay. We should be good on CCF now. And did we just hit a Titans record, Pity? We did. Let's figure out what we need. Right, play is for that. Don't want to let that sit there. Geez, and that leads us to our plan. So you're going up with a ticket. Transcended don't need books. Transcended don't need books. Oof. I mean, we might want some blast books, y'all. I think we'll go with blast books. How are we doing here? 6? Yeah, we could start creeping up on blast books to tier 3 Doctor Strange. Just because I don't want to take him to tier 4 just yet doesn't mean I don't want him tier 3 level 80. Definitely do. Nick Fury we're going to hit with the 60-day tier 3 ticket. And then Scream I think I just started working on. Like, maybe not. Thought I did. Oh, yeah. Picked up her potential real quick to start getting her set up. But I'm trying to be wise and wait on bios. Yeah, so we'll take him up with the ticket. And then I think we'll do Strange, guys. We're going to have the match. Like, we're getting kind of, like, held up a little bit here. So I think we can do something like... Well, yeah, we're going to try and get at least 1 or 2 Transcended characters done really fast. And then we'll go back into a cycle of using books to get through the Titans records because they're going to start capping real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and put a flag on Strange for now. And let's get him up here. Well, yeah, the Scream gives us the value of unlocking a no requirements World Boss Legend stage. And that's a big thing for us. Still Essence and potentially Essence of Dimension as soon as our scores, and our scores should be getting better now with the procs on those cards. So yeah, but yeah, we want to take them up soon. But I am very keen on the fact that we are, of course, because of the way we built this, completely lacking supports. Even the way we redesigned this a little bit, you get 1 or 2 supports depending on how you build, but I really want to get these guys up, especially like M'Baku. We need some good supports going on. Get this out of the inventory. Do not let that expire for whatever dumb reason they put it on like a 24-hour expiry. Yep, we got a zombie reset, I believe. Very nice, very nice. Might jump in and do that. We're also not really hurting for the store right now. We're not depending on it for anything necessarily until we start climbing with Thor. And then we'll find out what materials we need or do not need. Pool has a field day against Mephisto. Sure. That is fine. Taking the championship? Grimy pipes? You whale. Hey. Oh. Wow, I'm surprised that box didn't line up. One. There, yeah. She just devours Mephisto. The proc, though, I don't know what is going on with that. It's crazy. Ooh, that was ugly. Just ugly. Oh, better. Still actually doing some damage. Beep beep. Oh, Kingo's got some sneaks on. Dude can move. For just some dude in no uniform. Flippity clap. I can try delaying a bit. That's probably what I need to do, a little bit of a delay. I'm playing like I'm playing ABX because I got so used to slamming through her rotation. Still not getting a proc. What the heck? And that one was off. Weird. Well, that lined up for whatever stupid reason. My poor dog has to wear the cone of shame for one more day. And my wonderful wife got her a frickin' Tanuki suit to wear so she doesn't have to have the cone of shame on. I call it a Tanuki suit. I don't know what they're actually called. I'm an old guy. A Tanuki suit was from Super Mario Brothers 3, was it not? Yeah, her tier 3 skill, and I'm pretty bad with her, man. Like, so bad. I can't line up her procs very well, but she just tears up Mephisto. You know what's now? So much daily things today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's too bad. Don't let it get you too far down. There's always more materials coming down the pipeline. Does suck, though. That's not a good feeling. But it is good to be taking care of your education instead of, you know, over Marvel Future Fight. I would say, at least. Just my opinion. Alright. Do this last clear on 9. And we'll go do some other stuff. I don't know what I got lined up. I got some other stuff on here. Yeah. We'll do, we'll spend our essence, do some gambling and stuff, free-to-play gambling, some fun stuff like that. ABX, all that jazz. Hey. Why did I switch characters? What? I didn't touch that. What are you talking about? Are you crazy, game? I didn't tell you to switch. Grim, who's that? Which character? I missed who we're talking about. Which female character? Stupid World Boss Legend? I can't I can't hang out and chat if I've got a World Boss Legend. Oh, Yelena? Yeah, I'm really curious to see what she ends up getting. almost assuredly tier 4 in a solid uni, right? I mean, I can't see her not getting it. She's kind of the lead for that movie, and she's premium, so they have a lot of incentive to make her have a good uni and a tier 4. She's got quite a bit of competition though, right? I mean, she's got Gamora, all the speed female competition. Oh gosh, can't stop, won't stop. There goes Venom. Venom's tired, he's got to take a nap. He's not feeling too good. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is happening? I think my keyboard bugged out or something. I have never felt that move, like, pull into the middle so hard. I simply could not run away from him. That was strange. Okay, okay. Okay, Mephisto. That's enough. Settle down, brother. Get out of there, guys! No, man! Get out! Oh, you know what? I think it's because the character swap kind of like bugs him out and makes him just drift in one direction, so he's just like drifting on top of me. Ugh. Mephisto drift. Yuck. What's up, Ginger? How you doing? Big rope, let's go. Rip some bars, rip some bars. Loki's so soft. We'll just we'll just bug out that that attack. We don't want to deal with that. Yeah. Fuck is this attack? I've literally like never even seen this attack. What was that? Since when does he have like a full screen AoE? That is bizarre. I don't know if I... Golly, this is just trolling me. My keyboard keeps like bugging out. I've got no one to switch to. All right. I better sit up, eh? Come on, Loki. Make it happen, brother. Thor. Okay, sure. Why not? Pretend that you needed to get clipped there. Just get it done, brother. Get it done. Put the check in the mail, you know? Like, get it there. End it off. Rip off the Band-Aid. Yeah, for sure. No, that's like, I should like, that's Loki's tagline. What was that? That's true. That's so good. That cracks me up. Sorry. What was that? Okay, cool. We got it. We got another book. Oh, yeah. I'm like, that's just like another reason, honestly. I'm glad I took him to tier 4 because otherwise, because I wanted him for dispatch so bad, I would have been stuck dealing with a tier 3 80 Loki for World Boss Legend. It would have been terrible. So, at least we got that, right? Right. What do we got? Some blasties, some universal heroes, and then no requirement. I don't want to waste supports on normal. That feels yucky. I know, right? That's Loki's a doll. He's just got so many charms. My plan for the anniversary, Judy, we're gonna get hey, well, first of all, my plan is to actually make my characters kill stuff. We've got a whole list of uniforms going. Maybe for fun we'll go back in there together and just take another look. They all got reset, so I have to like restart my favorites list. But generally the plan is to build up our support system for our account. We're gonna get lots of support uniforms. And see what else goes on sale, I guess. It depends on how many crystals we have. And especially because Chewy's doing so well on their account, and they are building Null, and I think Chewy even got a deluxe pack, if I'm not mistaken. I think he has Magneto. I might pass on Null just to like have two different accounts on two different roadmaps, kind of, I guess, if that makes sense. Because I think we might get a replacement for Null. Yeah, exactly. We might get a replacement for Null faster than Jean. I have no... Like, people that are saying Sentry's going to replace Null, probably not. Like, if we get a Sentry uni, someone pointed out, it'll probably be PvE. That's my guess. And I have no interest in a you know, expensive native tier 2, native tier 3 uniform for PvE. That's just not something. So, anyways, so it may be kind of an L, but then we thought about it, and like, if we get down the road and we get to the point where we've got the materials for Null, I'll just bite the bullet and say, oops, and we'll pay the little bit of extra crystals, pick it up on a 40% discount. It ends up being 250 crystals is what we'll eat if we have to end up getting Null to be competitive in timeline battle at all. And always we're weighing the costs, right, of even being competitive in timeline battle. You definitely can, especially if you're playing, like, you're not going to be you know, competing with the top tier of like Challenger on a free-to-play account, most likely. But I pushed up. I'm bad. Like, we know that. We've seen that. I'm not the most skilled player at this game. So when it comes to something like timeline battle, manual timeline battle, there's a lot of skill beyond what I have that you can employ. And I was able to push all the way up to like Vibranium. And on my last free-to-play account, guys, like, maybe 6 months in, 8 months in or something, I was bouncing back and forth between Platinum and Vibranium, taking much larger crystal takes every week on the free-to-play. Yeah. And so that's kind of, I feel like, the free-to-play target, is to get yourself in a place where you can increase your crystal rewards by manually playing timeline battle, and I feel like it's kind of fun. It just adds another way to play Marvel Future Fight, where you actually are, like, pushing for good rewards. Awesome, thanks, Judy. Yeah, I know that was a lot of talking. I figured we were doing ABL normal, or Alliance Battle normal, so get a sec to just dream. All right, so Thor has no cancel. This was awful. Her cancel was so bad. Holy. What's up, Patel? Congrats, dude. Hey, there's always hope. Hold out for it. You never know. Can anybody help me here? Is there a good cancel on this list? Because yeah, Chewy knows what's up. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's so freaking annoying. You gotta like read. You just have to use skill, and nobody likes to do that. Satana. Let's try that. Thank you. Yeah, just Sylvie is awful. I do not recommend Sylvie at all. Sylvie's takes so long to get to the burn. It's very difficult to line up. Not like very, very difficult, but you have to read it like from so far down the road, and you have to like let her whole skill play out. It's just treacherous. Yeah, for sure. She's on the list, by the way. Yeah, I'm gonna try Satana this time. We'll see how it goes. Not the end of the world if it's not fantastic. All right. Try and get a decent score here. Let's see what I can do. I don't really know how to play Thor in this Uni very well. I'm still learning. I like the idea of flying the elemental rip with the 3, but I'm still a bit confused about where the 6 goes. Someone yesterday just said at the end of the rotation. That's where I'm throwing it. Kind of almost feels like it should be at the beginning, but yeah, that's a decent rotation. It feels decent. This is what I was doing when I was practicing. Oops. 4. Oh god, are you kidding me? That's like day and night. Day and night. Zatanna's your girl, dude. That 4 just burned him like it was the thing to do. Alright, alright. Back to Thor. 3, 5, throw up the hammer, the 4, get my hits, and then the 6. Then we'll do a 2 and a 1, and then a 3, 5, and a 4. I don't even, like, I could, you know, if I wanted to score points in Alliance Battle, I could have put Uru on Thor before we came in here. And I'll tell you what, we'd be getting a higher score, but we're going to be just fine with what we've got here. Oh, get burnt. I had no idea what OG Beta Ray Bill's rotation is. Yeah, so we'll get 300,000. I think 5 million's a stretch. Might have got it with the Aru. Maybe. Hard to say. Also, my gameplay's not the best, so... I know, I want Beta Ray Bill's uniform so bad. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I love Beta Ray Bill. He may end up being... Like, because I may never get the chance to play Beta Ray Bill again in the state that he's currently in, I may think about building Beta Ray Bill. But that's one of those, it's not an optimal choice, I don't feel like, at all. So, hard one to make. Not a terrible one, don't get me wrong. It's just not, Oh, I thought he was doing a cancel again. I'm an idiot. There's no 5 seconds left. Anyways, not bad. Yeah, we could have got 5 million definitely with Uru. No problem. And then yeah, get him up to tier 4. We'll rip those days up. What's going on with legend mode? We got no requirements, right? Yeah. Yeah. What did we decide? Okay, so I was being really stupid and yesterday, and I like paired Nick Fury with Loki. Let's not do that. That's a bad idea. So 35 from Shuri. Baku. Coulson's heroes, right? Yep. And Nick's heroes. So M'Baku is our choice here. Okay. Let's see if I can score some points. Do the best I can. Yeah, that would make sense. I know, it's hard for me to not want to build him. Got a little bit of support value too, so it makes it even like juicier. Not great support value, but it's there. Like it's not broad support value, I should say. Like a free-to-play account. Very niche. Is where's the fracture? Woo! He was poking everybody else, but Searcher. He hid in there. I'm gonna wait for the might to do the full rotation. We'll do one more little rote, and then we should get the might. Yup. Move. Grab it. Creeps. Big rote. Profit. want that might. Where's that? Did we grab it? Flipping around? Yeah, we did. We're gonna have to bust a big road here. Put away some creeps. Move, Loki, move. Dang it. Bad timing. Very bad timing. Go for that and then cancel. Here we go. 3, 5, 4. I think we missed. Did we miss a might? I think we might have missed one. Man, I gotta get better at this mode. Grab that first. And we'll do a big spicy one. There's the Odin's Might. Oh, geez. I'm gonna wait on the big rotation. Do we get one more or did I miss it? I think I missed it. This is our best score by far. Ever. I missed it. If I hadn't missed that might, this would be an absolutely killer score for us. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. That's our highest ABL score on the account so far. No, I'm not going to restart because the next reward is so far from where we are at. No, I don't think it's that much, Grim. I appreciate that, but it's a bit of a stretch. And yeah, I'll take this for today. I'm really pleased with it. But this does show why I care about pushing for ABL rewards. These can have premium rewards in them, if I'm not mistaken, so you can get awakened ISOs out of these and premium cards out of these. As soon as we start hitting that 1 to 4 artifact chest, that's going to be huge for a free-to-play account. There's lots of stuff like that. Yeah, that was a bad run, too. That was super bad. So, very cool, though. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong, Grimy, that we could start creeping up towards that artifact chest. Next time we do ABXL, I'll put a lot more thought into that, because we'll have tier 4 Thor, so our ABX score with Uru is going to be way higher, and then I'll put a little more energy into resetting on Alliance Battle, see if we can push up to that artifact chest, because yeah, we are getting close. If I get a little better at ABXL and we just get a little more power, I think we'll be there. What's up, man, Preet? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. All right, shop should be good. Yeah. Hours on the shop. Let's see what's going on in here. Oh gosh, it's the jungle, baby. Oh, that's nice. Popping anxieties. Rift here real quick. See if we can't snag some cheeky cubes. Yeah, no, it's gonna be fine. It's also like, you know, I just really like sort of like the kind of, there's always been a free-to-play community for this game, don't get me wrong, but like there seems to be some excitement building around playing this game this way, and I really like that because it's a really different lens. Like, I've seen people get like completely shit on for choices they're making in this game by people who are at the end of the game, but the choices they're making are really good choices for where they're at. It's just people lose sight of like how different the beginning of the game can be when none of your game modes are covered, when you're first like trying to get score at all, let alone pushing for what's good. When you have one CTP, you know, that's literally the only CTP on our account. There's no other ones hiding somewhere. That is all she wrote for ZTPs. I think so, yeah. I think it's hard to deny the dispatch capabilities and stuff. You can skip it, but honestly, at this point, the channel's been going long enough, and we've talked to enough people that have started accounts and checked on their progress that I'm definitely of the opinion that you should go with Loki with a new account for now. That may change in the future, but they just can't do dispatches effectively. They get stuck, and especially for people who don't have like a lot of knowledge base and experience with the game, who can like find other ways to push in dispatch, it becomes really difficult, I think, for them sometimes to do that. And then that hinders then you start asking, God dang, why do you have so much gold and I don't? where are you getting all these bios? You start getting all those questions because it's like, because I have 200 more energy a day than you do. Because I have 3 million more gold a day than you do. So it lets me do more. And Judy, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's 100% what I was just talking about. Like, we don't have access to Rogue. I would love to build Rogue. I would love her as a farmer, but that's not on the table for us. So that's a different, it's a different conversation. If you're spending, if you're a spender, and yeah, you're lined up to get her uniform, by all means. But yeah. And at this point, it's not even free to play. If you missed the seasonal event, I would not suggest you wait an entire year for your farming tier 4. Like, go ahead and just grab Loki. Bite the bullet on the fact that his usefulness will fade over time. Especially if he gets replaced in AVXL, he'll be a really difficult sell at that point. Yeah, it's just really different. It's a totally different feel. Yeah, that's another thing, Kush, that's really interesting, like from that other perspective, is Covile or at all. And it totally changes, like, who is meta. In fact, there's something we'll work on. Maybe I'll talk with Chewy. Maybe we'll figure out, like, a real free-to-play ABXL initial coverage guide or something. I don't know. Because there's a lot of what's on the meta lists is seasonals, native tier 2s, and native tier 3s for, like, timeline battle. I'm not signing you up for anything, don't worry. I'm just like, would love to have multiple opinions on that, But it is a totally different, like, list. It's not even the same thing. Ooh, refinement. Oish. Yeah, like, a lot of people were asking about Thanos. There were a lot of, like, new free-to-play players asking if they should pick up Farmer Thanos. Ooh, I don't think you should. I do not think that's a good play. By the time you get him, even by the time you build up Thanos on a new account from here, you're gonna be like... Yeah, it's half a deluxe pack, exactly. And they didn't discount it, right? It's still full price for whatever reason. So, who knows, right? Let's pop over to our dimension missions. We've got some boost points built back up. Looks like we got Ghost Panther on the on deck here, and we certainly don't need that, so let's spend a little gold here. Okay. Okay. I was like, we're getting towards retreat territory here. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna wait 53 seconds here for my 40 boost points and just slap 10 runs out of the way. Wow. How are we doing on our badge? 93. Really slows down a lot longer in between upgrades. I haven't fed our badge anything really besides agent kits so far. I don't know. I don't have real advice there, I guess. I feel weird doing it. The ISOs, like, really? That doesn't seem like a very good value proposition, So, I don't know. And our 5-star cards and stuff we're too thirsty for right now to sacrifice. The only thing I look at is maybe Uru that we don't use, but even that is not a very good value proposition, and I'd rather save them to try and get Odin's Blessings. Yeah, totally. And Superior Iron Man is dusty. Guy's been around for a while. Trash swords. That's an interesting idea, Anastasis. I like that. Huh, that's a really interesting idea. Instead of breaking them down when you're like using 6 stars for rerolls and stuff. I like that. I'll look into that. We got to do our craft, right? I want to make sure I do this. Yep. This is the one that snags people up. This craft, you like put it off or you don't think about it and then you miss it. And GG. Oh, what do I want to craft? Let's craft a comic card. Why not? One shot. You only get one shot. This is nice. So I was going to look through the videos at the events, how they line up. So we just had our P card event, the one where you get the P card or CTP chest from tokens. Now we're running the, what I guess we'll call the resource token event. Yeah, right. Spicy free-to-play gambling, which we're going to do some more of here in a second. This one is like materials, right? Because you get like the tier 4 materials from doing the 35 missions. And then really the only thing obviously as a free-to-play player, I recommend buying out of here is the tier 4 bundle. I guess unless you're like dying for one book of Ashanti, maybe. But even then, I feel like that. Yeah. If you're totally stuffed on books, maybe. I don't know. But the rest of this is highly suspect. So tier 4 mats, right? And then there's another event, isn't there? Another store that has like artifact selector, 5-star artifact chest that's random. Or maybe it's like 4 to 6 artifact chests that's random. And then some other rewards. And that's the one I'm hoping we get next. That's what I'm like looking for, because Magic's artifact might still be in those chests. And I can't, I'll look back on the VODs today and I'll check it out. All right, let's see here. Let's check in on our essence and do some gambling for artifacts. We really want to start getting some artifacts on this account. I'm going to start, I'm holding off on our gold for now, just for a second longer. I want to get that tier 4 built before we start dumping gold into anything. But once we do, we will, artifacts with the, yeah. No. Okay. That's what I wanted. I thought they had it that way. Perfect. So, set up the auto dismiss. This is the kind of stuff that got turned on turned off because I switched accounts. Start running mythic rifts. I want to start shifting a lot of our energy into mythic rifts. And we've got a really good community for doing it in Alex's Discord. So that'll be a really solid way for us to start generating some power on the account now. Once we free up our gold from the tier 4, I can start buying more artifact chests, doing more things that involve eating up some of our gold. Not yet. We'll do some account help on Monday, I think is what we're landing on, because I've got a super busy weekend going on. But yeah, Monday I shouldn't have to end the stream at any given time, so. Bro, the free-to-play gains are off the chain. You can't stop this account, dude. Our MODOK in Shadowlands is going to be unstoppable. His mind is broken. All right, let's carry on. We're still waiting for that big hit. We've gotten a couple artifacts, but they've mostly been low tier, like 3-star and stuff. We're just hoping someday soon here we'll snag ourselves something tasty. I can't complain. We've already had, we've already had some pretty good luck with artifacts on this account, so definitely not trying to moan and whinge about it. Just we'll get one eventually. Wow, this is actually a good amount of essence. I'm going like a little slow. This is like free to play speed. We don't just like slam through them. Let them turn into essence. It's nice. Kind of meditative. Another 2 3-stars. Nice. Okay. Couple more here. No dice. No dice. And no dice. Maybe next time. And we should have more essence. Yeah, that's basically what I'm getting at, is we'll be doing more of that fun, like free-to-play gambling, because we'll be shifting into grinding mythic rifts. And that's right, that's why I started talking about gold, was this right here. We'll go ahead and do this as soon as I'm more comfortable spending some gold. Because this is like 5.2 million gold for that. You know, so just holding off, but I want to spread the love and try and open mythic rifts where we can. So we'll be upgrading those and opening mythic rifts. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, like my eyes are watering. That is a dog fart on a whole other level. I'm like in pain. Wow, my poor doggo had surgery yesterday, so she's on a bunch of meds and stuff, and that is just the most atrocious smell that came out of her. Oh no. Poor thing. All right. Yeah, our tier 3 mats are getting so fly. I think that was Pipes who said that. That 12.5 is only on native tier 2s. Morning, honey. So we'll be able to get Thor's potential tomorrow. And get that done. You got a mythic rift? Is that what you said? Oh, hello. Yeah, I'll jump in this. Hell yeah. I hope you guys don't mind. We're going to grind out a little bit of essence right here, right now. What time is it? 9:52? Hour and 26 in? Perfect. We'll just do a couple of these real quick. What else do I got on the notes? We did our essence gambling. We looked at the ridiculous card rolls that we got yesterday. Did our sneak peek. I'm curious what you guys think about that. I'm going to do a poll. Just because I'm curious about y'all's opinion. That. Unfortunately, I really got to figure out how to do this. Let's do it this way. So the question is, should we 6-star Magic over Ghost Panther? Because I could just put the two options up here for you to vote on, but it always makes me use these stupid yes-no options. So, yes, if we should 6-star tier 2 Magic next, or no, if we should do Ghost Panther next. Let her rip. And I'm gonna do I get to vote? I don't get to vote? Oh. I got an opinion. Wow. That is very surprising to me. I love it, man. I have so much fun doing this with you guys. Thanks so much for being here, hanging out, y'all. It is fun. I have a good time hanging out with you guys, talking about Marvel Future Fight. Crazy. All right. I'm saying, like, I feel even better about it now. Crazy. All right. We're just going to end it. We got, well, let's give it a few more seconds. People are still voting. We're just going to get a few runs in this Mythic Rift at least. Get some Celestial Essence, stones and stuff. Yeah, I think you're right there, Chewy. I think that is the actual answer, is that Ghost Panther for the account. Wow, it's actually a really tough call. Okay, we're going to end this. Check this out. Shocked by the results, honestly. What was that? 74% for Magic? So, or 73% for Magic, which shocks me, because I would have thought a lot of people would have said Ghost Panther, to be honest. I may go Magic just because even with the idea that it's maybe not the correct choice, because the support would be the right answer for the account. That's the thing, what Kush just said. What Kush just said is like the big one for me. But here's the thing though, to consider. We have to take her up to like tier 380. Or we're not even gonna touch, like she's not gonna do anything for us in World Boss Legend at like level 60 or even level 70 tier 3. I think she's gonna struggle, so we'll have to take her to 80, but I don't mind that at all. And depending on how she performs for the account in PvP, ABL, I would even consider a tier 4 for her because she's native tier 1. Consider, I said, so nobody, you know. But yeah, there's a lot of decisions to weigh. And like Kush said, we're only pushing so far. Our cards are getting cracked. So we're starting to, like, you know, stage 9 is starting to look more like stage 1. That I disagree with 100%. I found Polaris to be absolute dog shit for ABL. I don't know if it was because I don't know. She can't, that can't be right. There's no way that, I don't know, maybe with a CTP or something. Polaris was so bad for me in ABL when I had her. on a free-to-play account. Maybe when she's fully built out and your account's fully built out or something, it's a different story, but man, that's what I had on her. I had a mini rage on Polaris, and Works was a stretch. But again, this was like, it's that different perspectives thing. Like, this was on a early-ish free-to-play account, probably about where we're at now, but not quite as strong. Maybe a little later. Yeah, she just did not do well for me. She just couldn't put up the numbers. She just could not do the damage for me. Wasn't enough. And because I can't take her to 80, yeah, like a tier 4 magic will stomp level 70 tier 3 Polaris. There's no way. Just the stat differences alone and the amount of, yeah. Yeah. So in theory, all characters lose value, right? Some hold value better than others, but all characters lose value over time. Supports hold it the best, you know, in theory, depending on their buffs. But anyone who's just DPS or timeline battle value is going to fade quickly. So it's really just about, if she couldn't get all that coverage for me, I wouldn't even consider it. And just to be clear, if I was thinking about a tier 4 option for her, I would definitely do extensive testing at tier 3 level 80 first before I made that decision. Because she'd have to be really covering some bases. But I don't, and she's not going to hold out timeline battle value very well at all. I don't even know how much she has. Definitely for us right now, she would be killer in timeline battle. But it's Otherworld battle, where I think I'll be able to use her if I get her artifact for a decent amount of time. And I like that. It's something to consider. It's true. Faster than Ghost Panther, yes. Like, I can just, like, agree with you there that, like, yeah. Because Ghost Panther's a good support, he's gonna hold his value. I mean, he, like, can't be replaced. Like, you could have a better support, but then you would just want Ghost Panther and that better support, you know? More supports is what you want, so. Yeah, that's the other thing, like Chewy said, that I'm struggling with a bit. I play Marvel Rivals sometimes. I love Magic. She's one of the characters I play. So it's hard not to want to build her just because she's really cool, will actually provide value for the account right now, which may not be something we can say in the future for free-to-play accounts. By the way, if you're playing Loki and he gets you locked up in that 6 skill like that, you can use the 2 or the 1 to cancel it and go into like your 5-4. The 5 and the 4 just won't cancel the 6. Or something like that. Anyways, you can like stop him from standing in place and wanking it by using the 2 and the 1. Yeah, one pool would be a great bet. It's just like kind of like bringing a bazooka to a card game in a lot of ways for us. Like it's so much damage, dude. Consider Sahaj like that. What level 80 Gwenpool would look like for our account right now. She would just devour every bit of content that we can touch. She's going to. Like, that's what's going to happen. As soon as we get past Thor, we're going to start taking characters up to 80. Level 80 Gwenpool is going to eat World Boss Legend. And I think that's partially because of these dodge issues that she's facing at lower levels. I'm curious how, that was so wacky, how it's going to work out for her when she gets some more levels. Oh, sorry, yeah, Ghost Panther. I thought you were talking about the tier 4 option. Sorry, I thought that's what you were talking about. Take it a tier 4 instead of magic. Yeah, and the thing is, like, it's just so hard to find PvP value as a free-to-play. She's what I would call the mid-tier, right, of PvP value for free-to-play. You've got the low tier, which is all your, like, man things, all your, you know, naked characters and trick ponies. And then you've got mid-tier, which is like Magic and Wolverine, which would be the top of the mid-tier. characters that aren't like timeline battle meta, but are good and will give you solid value. And then you've got like the meta, right? And that's the team you're going to make 3 of for timeline battle if you want to be any kind of competitive. Yeah, the level 80 bump is absolutely insane. It's so strong. It's crazy. I'm super excited. I can't wait to start taking these characters to 80. It alleviates, like, I'm being bad because that's when you get to the point that you can like let skill slip a little bit depending on what you're fighting, because level 80 is such a huge power boost. You kind of just raffle stomp the first 9 stages of most of the world boss legends from what I remember last time I did it. Last time I did a free-to-play, like, that was one of the biggest things, like, you know, it got some of the same reactions. Like, I always know there's people doing this faster and, you know, better than I am. Not like the best at this by any stretch. But on that account, I did something similar where I was going really fast because of Loki and Dispatch and blah, blah, blah. And I ended up taking just a bunch of characters to level 80 really quickly because I had access to all this BIOS gold, blah, blah, blah. And people are like, how are you getting the scores in ABX? Blah, blah, how are you? Whoa, how'd you kill that world boss? I'm like, the answer to every question ever is level 80. That is the answer. I had like 1 tier 4, I think. I had like Hulk tier 4. That was it. Ah! Took a sip of my coffee at the wrong time. There we go. This is a pretty casual rift farm here, but just trying to get a little bit of celestial essence, card crafting cubes, all that good stuff. Hope Summers, tier 4. Ugh. For what? For who? Not for me. Not for nobody I know. She can't go tier 4, right? She's level 70 right now. Am I remembering that right? Or can she go? Yeah, because we just got our first tier 4 combat female. So she's level 70 only. No, and she's like 7,000 crystals. It's absolutely ridiculous. Forget that. Yeah, and I don't, yeah, if she even gets it, that would be, yeah. I don't know why they don't. It's like the optimal route seems obvious to me. Like, just make a free-to-play option that's worse. That's the trick. You will sell the better option. Just make the free-to-play option significantly worse. That's all you have to do. But leaving free-to-plays with no option and locking everything, excuse me, behind crystals, just rude. Frankly, just rude. We deserve a combat female too. Dark Knight, you are 100% correct. Ghost Rider's the best combat female DPS. You just slap him on the striker skill and let him rip. Is that a deal? Oh man, I should turn this autoplay off, but whatever. Then I'd have to pay attention and stop chatting. Ooh, that's no fun. Yeah, gotta milk those paywalls. Always. Really? That's funny. Ghost Rider was such a freak. He's such an anomaly. I had him on that last free-to-play account, too. That last free-to-play account was looking... I mean, it wouldn't look good now compared to this one, because I've learned a ton about building out accounts, but it looked pretty damn good. We had picked up a lot of premium characters, like every... I started that account right when they started like religiously releasing the new characters, like letting you get them for free some way. So I had picked up like several premium characters on that account, bunch of cool stuff. Okay, that's enough. Now 13 minutes left. Let's do a couple more. We're just chilling in. I'll keep this under 2 hours for sure. But we gotta be getting that essence, man. We need artifacts bad. Have you been running mythic rifts, Chewy? For the most part? And do you farm them? That's a good question. Are you farming them yet? Or do you just, like, mostly dip in for the card crafting cubes for now still? Yeah, me too. That'd be nice. Oh. any X-Men get a non-seasonal uniform that doesn't suck. That would be sweet. Gosh. Yeah, that's kind of where I was at too. That's where I've been at. I'm like just now starting to feel like I want to start pushing some of my energy into getting more essence and cubes. But yeah, the energy is valuable. A lot of people really early on were telling me, why aren't you farming mythogryphs? You should be farming mythogryphs. I'm like, ew. It is expensive to farm mythogryphs. 10 energy per run. I'm very, very slow. This is horrendous farming. Like, I wouldn't even call this farming. I'm just casually running this to get some extra stuff. The brilliant judgment to Thor was the best decision you ever made. That's funny. Clears these up quick for you, I take it. Yeah, that's the thing with artifacts. That's something I've always maintained. You could sink 1,000,000 essence into artifact chests and literally get 0 power for your account. And that's like with, like from the state my account's in, meaning that like I don't have everyone's artifact. I have the chance to get so much power from them, but still. Chewy, you're my guy. People dog on me for that all the time. They tell me I shouldn't be wasting energy in dispatch because you only get a small chance at the premium cards. I'm like, small chance better than no chance, brother. I need CTPs. I need the 6-star cards. I need the 6-star Uru. I need all of it that I get from dispatch. Yeah, that's good advice in my opinion. I end up running about at least 100 energy per night into paid dispatch missions, sometimes up to 400, to try and get premium items, obelisks. I don't know, Chewy, if you saw our obelisk situation that we've got going on right now, but it's so destitute. Not really, but it's pretty dire. Like, I need obelisks. We've got so many bad 120 procs and like dodge-based mini rages. It just sucks. I got so much stuff I got to reroll. We got some decent bases to roll on, but very few good-looking obelisks. This is probably one of the better ones we have right now that isn't equipped with the 180 proc and crit. Other than that, it's pretty, yeah, man. Struggle with them. They're such a pain. Such a pain. And I feel so bad just burning through so many obelisks for nothing, but that's the name of the game. That's what you gotta roll for them. Potential here. Nice, nice. All right, I should go back. Dump a little more energy into this is fine. Yeah, and also I'm doing, you know, dimension missions every day, and that's another thing people they don't give bad advice on. You know, when your account's fully built and you've got like all these characters unlocked, you probably don't need to be sinking all that energy into dimension missions. Just grab your 2 million gold and move on, right? But when you're building a new account, all that stuff is so valuable. All those bios that you get from it. That's part of the answer when people ask, where are you getting all those biometrics? I'm running dimension missions every day, all the way to the last contribution reward. So that I can potentially get the premium characters, get tons of bios. I think XP chips, I think that's where a bunch of my stash of XP chips is coming from. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Because of there's just, yeah, it's rare chances, but like, dude, if you can get Professor X for the World Boss Legend unlock, oh my gosh. Bro, what's the unlock? Without a discount, I think it's like 1,200, am I remembering that right? And then if they give a 50% discount on the stage unlocks, it's like 600. Is that too much? Is it half that? 300 on discount, and we could go look. But anyways, that's what you're rolling for. If you get Professor X, crystals. You're literally hitting crystal rewards, if you think about it that way. Because there's no way to get past those stages. You either have the character and you take them up and you run the World Boss Legend with them, or you pay the crystal. Otherwise, none shall pass. Yeah. I could see that before it pays out the real premium bios, skipping on it. That makes sense. I've been going for it the whole time because I really wanted like magic and stuff. So as soon as I could unlock, and basically I'm weird, not weird. I really like collecting characters on a free-to-play account. I feel like it's a challenge, like a fun challenge, unlocking all the characters. So I dug in on it a little early, trying to unlock like magic and stuff. You Chewie, you son of a gun! If you get Professor X, I swear, whatever, you're already. I love it. Ain't no competition here, man. You're gonna push so much further in World Boss Legend than I can based on skill alone, so you might as well get the unlocks. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's great. Congratulations, that's really cool. That's a needle in a haystack. So rare to get those bios. And there's so many in there that just don't matter. We got Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Woo! 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 Two. And every character's crystals. Every character's crystals. You take them, you level them up, you get some crystals. And eventually, if you put nice, that's what you want to see. If you play your account out long term, you get all these characters. That really does add up. Like you get 6-star mega rank up tickets and tier 2 mega rank up tickets. Especially the tier 2 mega rank up tickets feels like a little more common now, not much. But you get them over time. So over time, you'll get all these characters to tier 2, and they all end up being crystals. And they all end up being good for your account. What's our timer look like? 5 minutes. Let's do one more. It's been fun just chatting with you guys. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. Thanks for being here. I appreciate y'all. I learn a lot about this game too, man. I swear I've picked up nearly as much knowledge as I've imparted since I started doing this whole thing from you guys. God, inventory is such a pain. What am I missing? Lucario, what am I missing? To choose in 25% gear discount, tier 4 Human Torch, Venom, Iron Man, or Thor. My mind immediately breaks, like, narrows that down to Thor and Venom is immediately where my mind goes. Venom at least has an AVX day, and I don't know the coverage of your account and stuff like that, Lucario, but Thor is going to be a good all-arounder. Be really good for farming, help you in dispatch maybe, definitely help you with like farming, dispatch, and rift, dimension rifts. Decent to good in World Boss Legend, and Venom is going to be, from what I understand, I don't have him built up with his uni, but he's going to absolutely be a powerhouse in World Boss Legend. He apparently just does massive damage and will do very well in ABX. Yeah, that's kind of where I was at. They do their job at 80, and Iron Man, similar to like Speed Hero, is in that weird place with Blast Mail where he doesn't cover a lot for you. It's kind of weird. And then, yeah, Human Torch, if I'm not mistaken, is pretty much just a World Boss Legend one trick. So, probably Venom or Thor. Depending on what your needs are. All right. Thanks so much for the rift. Let's take a second. I've got to reconnoiter. Oh, I'm not doing that. Alliance is doing good, though. I don't want to make everyone sit here while I need to lock in those teams, pre-make them, so I can just jump in there and bam. Throw them in there. All right. Let's check out. We can do this. We can go ahead and grab some of our energy. Oh, no, we can't. Let's do this and this. Perfect. I'm going to pop in here. Throw some energy at these one more time. I think we're not gonna look at any accounts today, just because I want to be fair. We'll do like a real, like seriously, I'll take like an hour to 2 or so hours, maybe a little more, and we'll look at some accounts and do some advice on Monday. I'll make sure to title the stream as such. I'll let you guys know that we're gonna be doing that, so people know they can pop in. And it's for now, it's going to be the same way it was last time. It's probably not going to be fair. I'm just going to look at who I want and we will probably prioritize free-to-play and new accounts, because that's typically what we advise here. In fact, I just tell you guys this: if anybody has me look at an account that is full of brilliant CTPs, has P cards across the gamut and stuff like that, I probably just won't. I'll congratulate you and then we'll move on, because like I don't have a lot of advice for you with your brilliant CTPs and your, you know, top tier end game pushing. There's other people you want to ask about that aren't me. That's for sure. Free to play account, nice, Eddie. With the uniform, nice. Of day 4. So the trick with how the crystals like spread out, yeah, you need to manage your crystals. But here's the thing, Eddie. Those purchases can all be delayed, right? So if you don't have the crystals for, say, Loki's uniform, you're on day 4, and you don't have the crystals yet, just don't finish the guided quest. Make sure you buy the uniform before you complete it. Once you complete it, you can't get the discount anymore, but you can delay it. So like if you need a little extra time to gather the crystals, just delay completing the quest. But yeah, I tried to stagger them a little bit. I actually tried to take that into account. Yeah, no problem, Eddie. Just keep it on trial mode, brother. Just don't finish the guided quest and you'll be good. Nice. Yeah, I tried to space them out a little bit, because you've got like potentially Thor's first uniform purchase on day 1, day 2, Iron Man nil if you get it on day 2, and then day 4 Loki was the recommendation. So I tried to like keep a day in there to gather crystals and then push Hulk out to the other, you know, your next guided quest, so you have a little more time to get crystals. But always delay and get those crystals at 50% off, or uniforms, excuse me, at 50% off. Let's double check these. Yeah, we're way off from expiry. There's just no way I'm letting tier 4 materials expire in our inbox, but I do want to be able to flex if we need to finish tier 4ing. So it's smart to leave those for now. Oh, that's what let's take a look at real quick before we wrap this up. Let's take a look at uniforms. So, this was on the favorites. I'm second guessing it a lot now, for a lot of reasons that I'll just have to like boil down. We kind of have to figure out what we're doing with Null to figure out what we're doing with Agent Venom. It's going to be hard to pass on Null. We may end up getting his uniform. We'll see. We're looking for all the delicious supports we want. Pass on all those. We're going to pass on all those. We're going to put a favorite on this one here. None, Ninja. We haven't started that process yet. In fact, I believe we have 0 Odin's Blessings even equipped. We're going to be putting some on Thor. So I'll probably take a look at that. That system was added during my last absence, so I haven't even really learned a whole lot about the Awakening system yet. We're definitely going to put a favorite on that. God, I love that uniform. Cool. All right. Get her up there. No need for Nick. Gonna pass. More passes, right? Yep. We're still passing. We're gonna mark Venom. Oh, well, no, we're not. We don't need Venom. Venom, good for a lot of people. We got lucky with Wolverine's artifact, so we got his uniform, so we have Wolverine for combat nail. We don't need to worry about that. For now. Pass on all those. A lot of pass. No, don't need that. Angela is a support uniform, right? But super villain exclusive. Does she have any other support abilities? I think that's it, right? And the rest is self buff. Well, it depends on how your account looks, Lucario. Yeah, I mean, if you know your limits, but you can build Null out in some time if your account has its engine fully built up. Yeah, I think we will, Zach. I mean, it's gonna, especially just then, like I do, I'll like sit down and break it all down on paper, but we have Agent Venom's artifact at 5 stars. So it's gonna be really difficult not to What we don't have yet, though, guys, is Agent Venom. So we may start putting a little gold into trying to target Agent Venom. No boost points at the moment. Thanks for the invite, though, Pipes. Yeah. And we'll just have to see once we free up some gold and stuff. So that's a no-go. I'm going to pass on that one. We have so many other support unis we can get. I don't care. I'm putting a star on this guy just because I love him. A horseman. You know what I think I love? Why? This is so weird. I think my fascination with this character has always stemmed from the Legend of Zelda 2 on the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System, from all the way back in whatever that was, like 1987, I think that one came out. The first boss of the first dungeon in Zelda 2 was called Horsehead, and it was this knight thing with like a horse head. And I always loved it when I was a kid because it was just like a cool boss. And when that game came out, it was cool. There was some cool stuff going on. Yeah, I'm just marking them. We're kind of talking about anniversary, like what we want to buy. Just kind of doing some planning. Anyways, and I think that like lingers for me. I think somewhere in my head that like horse-headed knight is something I've just always been a fan of. And I think it created my love for Beta Ray Bill. All right. No. Definitely putting a mark on this. I actually found some extra value that we get out of that uniform, so we may pick that up. Don't need any of those. I hope so. Yeah, let's get some premium selectors going on. That sounds good. No need. Not seeing any supports there. Passes until here. We need to mark that. And I don't think we're gonna get Colossus's uniform. That's something we'll take another look at, but basically with our timeline battle team and stuff, we get really limited slots, and if we pick up Null and Agent Venom, I don't know if we're going to be, as a free-to-play, wanting to run 2 supports in Null. I don't know that that's the best way to do it, because I think putting all our eggs in the Null basket is going to end up just getting us killed by better Nulls all the time, whereas utilizing Null and maybe Wolverine with Immortality will give us more... Yeah, you know what I mean? May push us further as a free-to-play, since we're not going to have those high-tier CTPs and stuff. Playing manually, having 1 support and the 2 DPS carries might be a better strategy. Cyclops, I'm not sure on. Cyclops is not my favorite support in the game. I especially was saddened by the fact that... let's see, what is... It's this one. So he gives 40% energy attack and... all basics by 45 on that uni. And here he gives 30% energy attack. And is the leadership the same? I already forgot. But anyways, this uni gives us a really good uniform option. I believe it's either Thor or Loki, one of the two. And so it sucks because it makes me want this uniform, but the support value is worse, so I can't justify it. Yada yada. So that one's a little tougher. There's other supports, I think, that'll do us a lot more, be a lot more flexible for us and cover a lot more ground. We've already got Doctor Strange. We've already picked him up. What's up, Gamers Hub? Thanks for coming by the stream. Good to see you. We've already got Doctor Strange's zombie uniform, so we're good there. Don't need that. We can mark Enchantress in case we pick her up. Like, if we get her bios before then, maybe we'll... consider her as a purchase. We'll definitely mark Green Goblin. Who else? Do any of you guys play Marvel Rivals at all? Does anyone play that game? I know it's like a far cry from Marvel Future Fight. They're not exactly the same. Not yet today, Ninja, no. I wouldn't, Lucario. I would just buy the Zombie Strange. He's a powerhouse with it. I don't know that it's worth trying to cover Blast Mail Hero days with Doctor Strange. If it's worth buying another uniform, I wouldn't think so. You should have another option to cover that. No, he's not going to be a very good DPS anymore. I don't even know if I'd say decent. He's stuck at tier 3 and his uniform is very old. It just offers a ton of support value. There. Oh yeah, you see, it gets discounted all the way down to like. Does anyone know exactly? I think it's 600 that you pay on the anniversary for this. We'll put a marker on this. This is essentially 600 crystals for a CTP of energy, is what you're looking at here. So we'll put it up there just in case, and then we'll mark this. And we're getting close here. That's just about it. I know there's a few more. We want Valkyrie. We want Sif on the list for sure. Yep, we've got Gwenpool as well. If this is your first time here, Gamers Hub, I'll show you the roster here in just a sec. Show you what we're working with. Did I miss anybody? No. I could do this off stream too, but a lot of people think this stuff's interesting. I think it's fun to figure out who we're going to purchase for the anniversary. Plot and plan, plot and plan. This is a huge one. This one's like 100%. 100%. Mystique's a tough... No, we don't have Mystique. We're probably not going to buy her. And then, again, she would still be like... it would be hard to justify her over some other supports. However, I am not familiar with her newest uniform. Where'd she go? We just like went past her. There she is. I'm not very familiar with this uniform. I think it came out right before I took a break. Self buffs. 45. 4550. That's a real nice support buff. All allies. That's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, if we had access to Mystique, easier than paying a bunch of crystals, that would be a good play. But we don't, so we won't. And with Nick Fury, it's one of those things where we have too many other supports we can pick up that go from 0 support value to a bunch of support value with the uniform. Whereas if we get this, we just take our Nick Fury from a bunch of support value now to more support value. So it's not as good of a value proposition for our newer free-to-play account. Don't think we want to mess with any of that. We want to mess with this for sure. This is also, guys, another bonus here. This is a uniform option for Loki, and I believe it's the one that either gives him all attack. It's really valuable. It's either like ignore defense or all attack or something. It's one of the really good options that you can roll off of that. Is Phil Coulson seasonal? I think Phil's was seasonal, wasn't it? I believe so. Unless he got another uniform, did he? No. Sister Grimm. I remember that one. It was kind of a stinker. Yeah, we'll put Taskmaster up there, but this is one I'm really hesitant on. Somebody pointed out, very rightfully so, that we may get a big buff here in some way from the Thunderbolts movie. So buying that uniform as soon as possible may not be a good call. Especially since we're just in that position. We have so many other options. That's what I was looking for. I at least wanted to get Valkyrie up there. So that's a lot of our options here. So let's scroll up and take a look at what we've got. We're just going to click buy all. As soon as we hit the anniversary, we're just going to buy all. No, what is that? That's way too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 per row. So yeah, that ain't gonna fit the budget. So we'll cut some of this out, but this is like a lot of what we're looking at for the anniversary. A lot of people have asked, and this is kind of what it's going to look like. A whole lot of support, and then maybe plugging in some PvP value. Why Hela? Because she at least deserves consideration in here, because we have her tier 3. She provides support value to our villains, a lot of support value, brings a small amount of PvP value to the account, and also does decent damage at tier 4, but we're not taking her to tier 4 anytime soon, let's be real. So it's just an option. It's just something to consider. I don't think it's one of the stronger ones on the list, so it may not be what we end up purchasing. I'll definitely make a video about when we're talking like this is not what anyone should buy for the anniversary. These are good uniforms, no doubt, but this isn't a list where I'm saying go buy this. And I don't think I would ever tell anyone that. I would just say this is what I'm getting on my account, and I would make sure to show our roster, so people can see, okay, this is what they need, and that's why they're getting this, and maybe I don't need that, so I'll get something else. But yeah, this is what we're working with so far. It's looking good. We need supports really bad. I think the Null team is kind of an inevitability if we get Agent Venom bios. And by the way, this is always fun to show off. I do that all the time. Scatterbrain, you get lost doing so many things. 3 out of 5 Ironheart. And I believe we are 3 out of 5 on Agent Venom. We need one more hit on Agent Venom, and we've got him. 2 out of 5 on Negasonic Teenage Warhead. We can finally get there if we just get the rest of her bios, man. Yeah, and I think that's it for our premiums, but we are waiting on a couple, so there you go. Yeah, I agree with you there, Sahaj, for sure. Definitely not looking at those. For myself, at least. I'm only looking at the CTP. And even that, I'm skeptical on spending that. It's honestly like a kind of a no-go, and I'll tell you why. This CTP will increase the power of one character by an amount, right? I don't know what that amount is. It's going to be something you feel, but how dramatic, I don't know. 600 crystals to make one character do some more damage on a free-to-play account is a terrible proposition. You're getting close to an actual uniform at that point, and if you want to talk about increasing power, when your account's not stacked, a new uniform for a character that does not have one is so much more powerful than a CTP, it's hard to even... Kind of answered that question real quick, didn't I? But it's an option for people, it's there. I don't know. I don't like it. Yeah, we're just going to really hope we get Agent Venom. That's what we want. We want Agent Venom. Tomorrow, this is 58. So tomorrow's 59. Is that right? Yeah, we're on 58. Okay. So, no, it's 59. This just hasn't reset. We're on 59 today. Tomorrow's 60. So tomorrow is going to be the Giga stream, guys. Tomorrow, we'll make a silly thumbnail. We got a lot going on tomorrow. We are going to get our tier 3 mega advancement ticket. We're going to tier 4 Thor, yada, yada, yada. I'll try and build it up so we got a super fun stream to do tomorrow. We will do account help on Monday. And yeah, if you can like the stream, it's greatly appreciated. Helps it spread around. If you enjoy these, you want to see more of the series, go ahead and hit that subscribe. We also release guide videos occasionally, things like that. I'm Olden Gray. This game's free to play, and I hope you all have a spectacular day. Thanks so much for all your help today, guys.